Welcome back to yet another 213 crispy video, and today we have a special request vehicle that was requested by Big Mac 7347, and he asked us to do the Hoonicorn version 2, which is the race car. This build's going to be interesting because I attempted to purchase this particular vehicle via a car auction, and I think Big Mac is still here. I think he can tell me if I'm correct, but if my memory is correct, the vehicle sold for like $195,000, and I did not have enough money to buy it. So I went to the junkyard for about 7 trips and finally found one. I think I paid $65,000 for the car, so I'm already down $10,000. I paid $65,000 for it, so I'm already $10,000 in the hole just by buying this hunk of junk. It's far from clean. It's far from anything remotely nice. But that's part of the joys of this, is we get to take it from this to what it's going to be like here in a little bit. So let's get a picture of a before I start doing anything. And I think with this particular build, I've not done a race car, so I don't know exactly how this is going to work out. But I want to go ahead and get a picture taken of this particular vehicle. I don't know if that worked or not. Yeah, and I already closed out. Never mind. Yeah. Let's see if that's saved. No, well, no. Okay, never mind. So, let's get one more picture just to be safe. So this is the before, and then we'll get an after picture taken in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and move our vehicle. Come on. We're going to move our vehicle over to our car lift A. Yeah, it's junk. It's a hunk of junk. It's a pile of poo right now, but it's a $65,000 pile of poo. So I think what we're going to do in today's video, this may be a 2 or a 3 segment video, I'm not for sure, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the exterior first, and then we'll work on the engine last, because I don't think I've built a supercharged I don't think I built a supercharged engine with this style, and the suspension might be different than a traditional car that we've been building, because this is a mod. This is not a traditional car that you would be able to find in the game. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start ripping this thing apart. I'm going to make this as bone stock and original as I can, just the way that the modder that made this particular vehicle intended. So I'm going to keep it that way. I do not want to put any tuning DLC parts or nothing. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I was going to say I might be able to put some tuning DLC parts in the engine, but no. Because odds are I'm going to end up losing money on this deal when it's said and done. So, thanks to Big Mac, I'm going to lose money. And he's already over there chatting away, making fun of me. So let's go ahead and remove all the front end suspension parts. And, I mean, this thing's rough. Most of these parts that are coming off of here is like 8%. So this is going to do a pretty good test for my repairabilities, like the ability to repair a lot of these parts. So more than likely I'm not going to be able to, because they're too damaged. But we're going to find out. And I wonder how well this thing's going to handle. Yeah, that's one of my things I have to try out. Is we're gonna have to play around with this a little bit. And if I can get my joystick or my controller out, we might attempt to race it on the track, the actual like racetrack, not the airstrip like I usually do. Might twist it up a little bit different than normal, but no big deal. But I can already tell you that this car is definitely different on the drivetrain. This is supposed to be an all-wheel drive vehicle, so it has the all-wheel drive components in the front, but yet there's no transmission. It's like some of these parts just mount to nothing. So I can already tell you that this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge than what I'm used to building, simply for the fact of the design. No big deal. I'm up for a challenge. I enjoy it. Front sway bar link. Lower control arm. And our knuckle. Front sway bar. And see, now that used the traditional front sway bar, not front sway bar B. And then they've got the engine mounted so far back that it goes right through the middle of the steering rack. So I get it, it's the limitations of the game. I can't fault the developer for it, so it is what it is. And like the battery's way back here, which is probably where it's supposed to be. It's actually probably supposed to be in the trunk, but my bet is you can't get access to it, and that requires you to get it from the engine bay. That's funny. Yeah. The rear suspension's going to be more of the modular independent setup, which kind of makes sense, being it is a race car. So let's go ahead and get those off. But the reason why I want to do the body and suspension first, I think it's going to be more of the challenge, but also the car will look a lot better when we go to start actually. Like, why is it drum brakes in the rear? You would think that being it's a race car that they would have modded in disc brakes, but maybe it's a limitation to the game. Yeah, so let's go ahead, start ripping this apart. Doesn't look complicated, it's just, it's not my norm. So what I mean by my norm is when I go to start removing parts and buying replacement pieces, I'm not going to remember. Like, these are regular bushings instead of small bushings. So I am typically buying small bushings for the rear and regular bushings for the front. So like these are just some of the little like quirks of a custom build that I have yet not spent a bunch of time dealing with more of the modern cars because I don't like them compared to the older muscle cars, that kind of stuff like I've been building. No big deal. Just a design difference from one car to another. No big deal. We can work around that. Like, I know I have a couple of these parts already. I bet I have a bunch of parts in my warehouse as well. Or my, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm going to call it warehouse. And no fuel pump. Oh, that's interesting. Exhaust pipe. Go ahead and take the gearbox out while we're under here. Missing a belly pan or oil pan. I don't see an oil filter hanging off of it anywhere. This particular engine is also the same engine that is in like your Corvette. That's like your supercharged Corvette, the newer body style. I don't think the body comes off on this particular mod, because if it did, you'd be able to remove it. And I don't think I see that anywhere. So, okay. I think we got this done as far as it's going to come apart, suspension-wise. So let's go ahead. We'll lower this back down. While we're over here, let's go ahead and we'll move both our interior detailing kit and our welder so we can repair as much of the body stuff as we can. This is going to be an interesting weld job. So let's start with the welder. Let's get a good view. So, weld. No. Oh, come on. I should have cleared my inventory before I started this. Move. Acrylic. A. Use. Yes. So that cleared up a lot of the rust. And then we are going to back out of here. Stop glitching. Use the interior detailing kit. Now let's move this back out of the way. Move that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get our body panels out of the way. While we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and grab our battery. And I don't even see a brake booster. So yeah. Take this body panel off. Take that body panel off. Does not have lights. It does have a rear bumper. It has a tail light. I'm gonna buy all new panels. Be cool if some of these other panels are removable, but they're not. No big deal. Front end. I think that's all the parts. And then let's go ahead and do the interior. So, interior disassembly, which would be seat 11A, and probably steering wheel 7. Disassemble. Yep, steering wheel 7. Okay, which I think I have already a... Oh, come on. I think I have a... I think I already have a steering wheel. Nope. Okay, I thought I did. So let's go, and we're going to do the interior first. We're going to kind of go backwards with this build. So, seat 11, and it was A fabric, and I need 2 of them for the interior, which I don't really know why you need 2 for a race car, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then it was steering wheel 7 for the steering wheel. Oh, come on, stop glitching. Disassemble. Interior mode. A. And no, I'm not making fun of the Canadians by saying A. I'm saying A as in the letter A. Assembly mode. Steering wheel. Okay, so now the interior is finished. Let's buy our body panels. I don't know where to get them, but I'm going to say you can get them in the traditional body parts. This is the downside of dealing with your mods, is because they're going to have more parts, so your computer's going to get a little glitchy. Oh, really? Why is this not finding body parts? Okay. Let's just type in Ford Mustang. Oh, there we go. That's why. So we need a front bumper. I'm buying it all. Those headlights are pretty badass, by the way. So let's go ahead and assemble our exterior. So assembly mode, we're going to start with our fender, our hood, front bumper, right headlight. Oh. Front grille, left headlight, Fender. Our turbochargers. Window. Window. Trunk. Rear bumper. Left tail light. Right tail light. Right door. Is that it for the body parts? I think that's it. Let's check our inventory. You know what? I'm going to delete a lot of this real quick, because if not, it is going to become a complete aggravation nightmare of parts. Well, I can't, because it's not done by arrival. Even though it says it is, it's really not. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think it's it for body parts. So now we need to do tires and wheels. So let's go and get our OEM tires separated, or our wheels separated from the tires. We are going to have to yeah, we're gonna have to replace, I don't even remember what wheels they were. I think it was these. Yeah, it was these. We're gonna have to put the OEM wheels back on, and then I'm gonna buy some race tires for it instead of these junk tires. Yeah. But I can't, yeah. I was gonna say I want to make it a roller, but I can't because I don't have suspension parts in it yet. Kind of getting ahead of myself. But I'm also doing this because you have to take the wheels and get them repaired. So I want to do all the repairs at the same time. Oops. Wrong button. Like I said, this car was pretty rusty when we first got her. So it's going to take a lot to get into the race-ready shape that it's supposed to be in. So only one of my wheels was repairable, and I think I just lost it. And I lost the transmission. That's a brutal loss. That's going to be expensive. Like I said, that's the downside of buying junkyard parts, is just the physical amount, like the cost of stuff to repair when they're so low. That's why it's nice to buy from your car auctions. You're going to spend more, but I couldn't justify the $200,000 that it was going to cost me to mount or to buy a 3-star car. Yeah, like that didn't repair. So rear suspension, cross member, rear-wheel drive. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, this is gonna take forever. I just have way too much stuff in my inventory. That's the problem. Suspension. Rear cross member, suspension, rear-wheel drive. No, I want to keep that. So that repaired up, or let me rephrase that. I had one in my inventory. So this is why this is going to take a while for me to build. It's only because I don't know the parts. So one knuckle worked, the other knuckle did not. I gotta go buy some bushings. So we're gonna go back to our regular parts department. Suspension. And it takes the regular bushing, so I'm going to buy about 20 of these things. Actually, I'll buy like 28 to be exact. I think it's 12 apiece, which would be 24, and then I purchased a couple extras just to be safe. Because there should be 4 in the cross member, and then you got 2 in each control arm. And it's going to be similar to like your traditional front end would be. So we got this side complete. So now let's go to our bottom suspension arm B. Hey, that one repaired. Okay, what do I got running? Stop glitching. Upper suspension arm. I have. Rear knuckle cover. Both are good. Rear hub. One repaired. I don't know. I'm gonna have to buy brakes. I'll have to buy wheel bearings and everything else. That's fine. Rear sway bar B. So the rear sway bar is repairable, or I purchased the wrong one on an accident. I'd bet that's more realistic. Gonna need a fuel tank because I know that did not repair because they never do. Yeah. So let's head on over to the other side. I don't think the knuckle repaired. So let's get our bushings in first. Front. Rear. I need... what coilovers are these? Double wishbone shock rear shock absorbers. Okay. So I'm going to need shock absorbers. I'm going to need a knuckle housing for a D. And a... I believe it was one upper and lower. So let's go to our parts department. And we're going to look. I need 4 of these. 4. I need 4 of these. 4. Need, I think, 1 upper suspension arm. I'm gonna need 2 rear springs. Rear spring caps, so I need 2. Rear knuckle. That's it for now. I know I'm going to need more parts. I just don't remember what they are. I needed brakes too. I knew I forgot something. Part mount. Start with the knuckle. I forgot the control arm. Lower suspension arm B is what I need. I'll do the upper. Knuckle cover. I think I need a hub too. Yeah. So I need a hub. Rear wheel hub B. And a bottom suspension arm B. Rear hub B. Bottom suspension arm B. And I need brakes. So I'm going to need... what brakes were on these? I think they were drums. Yeah, I don't remember. Which is why I was shocked when I said... I think it's what they were, honestly. I'll find out in a minute. Lower... yes. My computer's running slow because I have so much in inventory. It's disc brakes. Okay. I'm probably sitting on What was that? Anyway, that was a rear drive axle B. I'm gonna need let's go ahead and get our brakes out of the way. 2 of those. The rest should have repaired. Rear drive axle B. Let's get this side buttoned up before we go to the other. I forgot the disc brakes. That's what happens when I get in a hurry. Brakes, brake pad, brake caliper with a wheel cylinder. We're good there. Let's go ahead and we're going to mount our parts. I'll come back to that in a minute. Shock absorber. So we're good there. So this half of the car, or the back half of that side is good. So let's go back to this side. And we'll start with our brakes. Brake pad. Brake caliper. Good there. Our wheel bearing, our axle, and yeah, I think that's it besides grabbing our last spring. I think that's going to be it for the rear. Besides fuel. So let's go buy fuel. I think I already have a fuel pump, so I don't have to buy one of those. So we're going to go to engine, and we're going to purchase a fuel tank, which should be right about right here. Should be right here. There it is. And let's go ahead and slap that on. New fuel tank. Okay. Does it not need... I guess it doesn't need a fuel filter. Or fuel pump. Huh. Interesting. No big deal. It is what it is. So, let's move to the front. And we'll start with steering, which I gotta replace, and a front sway bar that I gotta buy. The front's going to go a little bit smoother than normal because I know some of these front suspension parts a little bit better, but I'm sure I'm still going to miss something. So let's start with 2 of those. We're going to need a front drive axle. I don't remember which ones they are, so we'll deal with that when I get there. 2 caps, 2 springs. Hopefully the knuckle's repaired. We won't know until we get up there. Front sway bar. Inner tie rods, outer tie rods. Don't need caps. Don't know about the wheel bearings or the wheel hubs. I already have the bushings. I don't think it's going to require end links, but we'll see. Actually, I think it does. Probably A and not B. And yeah, let's see what happens. That'll at least get us started. Steering rack. I could have sworn I purchased one. That was the whole purpose of coming in here. Steering rack. One knuckle's good, one knuckle's bad. Kind of to be expected. Inner tie rod. Outer tie rod. We'll do our bottom suspension arm. Both are good, which is nice. Our upper suspension arm, both repaired, which again is nice. Less parts I have to purchase. I'm all for that. Front sway bar, and it is link B's actually. So let's go buy some links and a front knuckle B. Front steering knuckle B and 2 B sway arm links. Sway bar link on. Brakes. Let's do our bushings before I forget about them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's that. Let's go and mount our coilover springs and shock absorber. This way I have both sides ready. We will take, join another one for the other front side. That's good. Back here. And we're off to this side. Last corner of the car. B. Bottom control arm. Upper suspension arm. Shock absorber. Sway bar links. And inner tie rod and outer tie rod. Now front knuckles, which I gotta buy. Front axle knuckle cover. Suspension, front axle knuckle cover, whopping $18. I forgot to buy some brake parts again. I think I gotta buy a wheel hub too. Front wheel hub. Yep. Front wheel hub. Let's go and purchase some brakes. I think I need 1 caliper, 2 ventilated disc brakes, 2 brake pads. I didn't remember seeing a brake booster, but I bet it's the ABS pump and module instead, or it's not even on the car at all, which is probably realistic. This is a race car. They don't run that kind of stuff. They run pedals that mount over here somewhere. Yeah, like right on the firewall, down by the. It's part of the pedal assembly in race cars usually. They're not mounted on the firewall up top like a traditional car would be up above like the engine. They run their booster cylinders and everything all in a modular piece that you can pull the pedal assembly out and do your brake jobs and everything. Like everything's all on one assembly. It's pretty cool how race cars are built when it comes to that kind of stuff, because it's built for simplicity and easy to repair. Like, oh crap. Wrong part. No. Take that pad off. Part mount. Okay. We are down to tires and wheels. So I think only one wheel repaired, and I think I even lost that one. So let's go look in my terrible inventory and see what we can find. So I'm going to do by, let's try by condition. Because if it's not down at the bottom here, then I know it didn't repair. Not looking good. Nope. Not at all. Let's go by arrival. Retro rim 6, 18 inches is what they are. So I'm going to write this down so I don't have to bounce back and forth all the time. Retro 6 RR06 18s. And then 225, 45, 18. So now we can go buy us 4 new rims and 4 new tires for the race car. So we'll go to our tablet, go to our wonderfully Jegs race car department, and we're going to go and look for retro rim retro. I think they're down towards the bottom. Yeah, rim retro 6, which will be right here. And they are 18s with no back spacing. And I need 4 of these. Hey, they're only $1,000. It's not terrible. And then we obviously need some race tires to go with it. So we're going to hop on over here, and we're going to go with a set of 4 18-inch 225s, 45 18s. We're going to go back home. Come on. Thanks for the follow. Is it Demi Triplesoft? Is that how it's pronounced? If I had to take a wild shot in the dark with that name, that's what it looks like to me anyway. But weird names, they get me all kinds of messed up, but I appreciate the follow, man. Thanks. And feel free to chat away. I enjoy talking to you guys, the viewers, while I'm working, so we're going to take this one, install ourselves another one. Pulse off. Or is it Pilosov? Pilosov? Ah, okay, now I see it. Okay, that makes more sense now. I was just trying to break it down to what I was seeing it as, which is, yeah, okay. Yeah. Apparently I'm blind. I was just saying triple the TRIPL, and like I was putting the L before the E, and yeah, it was just getting me all kinds of confused. How's it going? And thanks for stopping in. Install. But I am recording a video here for YouTube, so I'm kind of, I stream live while I record, while I screen record at the same time, and we're working on a Mustang, the Hoonicorn version 2 race car. balance. Yes. I think that was the last one. I wish I just woke up. I've been up for 3 hours now. Mount. Tire. So we got our first tire on. Second tire on. Third tire's on. Let's go get the last one. Okay, I think with suspension and body, I am pretty sure we're done. So let's go ahead and move this car over to our paint booth and see what we can do with the paint job. This is where this car is going to get real interesting, because now you can see what it looks like on the ground for the first time. Actually in its complete stage, not some rusted hunk of junk like it was when we first purchased it from the junkyard. So we still got to do the engine, obviously, but that's going to be another video. But today we did the suspension and the body. So let's hop over here. We're going to paint our car. And wait a minute. What? Did it glitch out on me? Hold on. Yeah, that's not right. Why did that not? Okay. What did I not move over? Copy the liveries folder inside the workshop mod into the newly created folder or previous livery folder and put your liveries in it. Yeah, nothing like the workshop. Well, according to my quick research, it's supposed to be that file that I was creating earlier should have had the livery in it. So unless I spelled it wrong, which is a possibility with me, I'm going back and checking it real quick. Where's it at? Steam apps, workshop. Nope. Common. Car mechanic simulator. Data. Car mechanic simulator. Data. Streaming assets. Cars. And create a folder with the name you've copied in step 3, which should be car Hoonicorn 2 _ K3. Which is correct, and put your liveries in it. Interesting. So they're here. Like, I can see them. Copy your liveries folder inside the workshop mod, or create a liveries folder and put your liveries in it. Well, they're in it. Okay. Interesting. So I guess we have a glitch with the livery. So we're not going to paint this for now. I think we're just going to call this video done. Move this car back out to our lift. I will figure out the glitch before I start the second video, so that way we can paint it and work on the engine on round 2. That's gonna be the game plan anyway. Let's try moving this one more time to paint shop. You have seen it black. What, somebody painted the whole car black? Yeah, no. Okay, so let's move this back to lift A. Let's go take a look at the cost so far. I don't remember how much I spent. I know I spent $65,000 on the car originally, and we're up to $247,000. Holy moly, this car's worth a lot of money. And I have yet to even finish this car. So everybody else that you've seen that's been dealing with this car has just painted it black. But it's supposed to have a livery. The liveries are supposed to be there, so it's supposed to have a template where you can paint it. So I'm gonna figure it out. So this is gonna be yeah, I think I'm gonna do a 2-step video on this one. So far I am extremely ecstatic. I like the build. I think it looks fantastic. Yeah, like I said, I'm not doing anything fancy with it. We're just leaving it bone stock as it is, like the developer made it. Not putting any tuning parts in it. Nothing crazy. We're just staying with the bone stock Hoonicorn Mustang all-wheel drive race car. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a couple quirks, but nothing big to worry about. And we're going to go from there. So this is going to wrap up video 1. Make sure you guys follow me on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like the content that we're doing. This particular vehicle was a viewer request for me to do. Thank you, Big Mac, for the request on doing this particular car. Thank you for the modder for making this vehicle as well. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is under the same name as you'll find me on Twitch. They're both the same. It's going to be 213 Crispy Videos. But yeah, we're going to wrap this video up. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down, comments on the videos if you want. Anything, and I'll make sure that I do them all. So it should be the same. Stick around. I'm going to keep streaming while we try to figure out this glitch. But I'm going to go ahead and cancel, or I'm going to stop recording with for the YouTube video. So this is going to be a 2-part video. This is just video 1. So make sure you guys watch video 2 whenever I get that posted. And you guys have a fantastic day.